I had a bad infection in one of my organs, and I didn't know that that's what it was at the time. So I went to the hospital because it was really, really bad, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we'll just give you an antibiotic." And I said, "Okay, cool. Thanks, homies." And they said if it doesn't get better in a couple weeks to come back, because that's a sign that something really bad could happen if it doesn't get better. Because it was I guess the infection was getting close to like a worse part where it could have big complications if it got worse. And it didn't go away and it got worse. So I had to go back. It was on my birthday. I remember it was literally on my birthday. And I went and I saw a different doctor, and they literally said to my face,
power, 15% concentrated pyro,
"Oh,
power.
why'd they give you that medicine?"
Power, 15% pyro, and 100% reason to use code Sinder at checkout for 10% off.
They give me the wrong stuff. Yeah, and because of the severity of it, I had to have an IV put in for the first time ever in my life. Actually, no, first time while I was sentient. Cognizant. First time was when I got my wisdom teeth out, but I was under loopy gas. I didn't feel a thing. But this time I was not under the influence of anything. So yeah, you remember. Yeah, I told this story before. So I don't do good with needles, and blood work is even worse. I typically pass out when I get my blood drawn, so I have to tell the phlebotomist, like, "Hey, I got the tendency to go to sleep." So I usually have to lay down for it. And I was laying in bed when they were putting the IV in, but oh my god, it was so awful, and I was so uncomfortable, and I was so stressed and anxious. I literally threw up all over myself. And this was like around COVID time, so I was wearing a mask, and luckily one of the nurses had the quick thinking to remove it from my face before I got sick. Yeah. It was not a good time. And they were just like, well, now you really need fluids. And I'm like, no. Take it out. I know, I do look away. I do. It's not about looking or not looking. It's like the mentality of it all. Yeah, there was another time before that infection incident where I had another infection incident. It was I was still at the bank at the time, and it was starting to get colder out, and typically when we've got the heaters on, it dries out the air, and my dad hates like the dry air, and I get bloody noses with the dry air. So we've got like 3 or 4 humidifiers in our house that's just spitting out humidity, like a nice cool mist to keep moisture in the air. And because this one particular year, it was like about time to start using the humidifiers again. And he walked in my room to say goodnight, and he says, "Oh, do you want me to turn on your humidifier? Like let me fill it up for you, and I can turn it on." And I said, "Yeah, sure, that's fine." So he fills it and turns it on and lets me go to bed. Turns out, the door was shut to my room. The humidifier was on high, and we didn't remember if we had cleaned it out. I don't think it was cleaned out since the last time it was turned on. And so I wake up in a cloud of fog. You remember this story? Yeah. I woke up in a cloud of fog, and it was hard to breathe, and like my chest hurt. It was not a good time. And by then my dad had already left for work. My mom, it was just me and my mom at home. I was like, "Mom, help." And so she's driving me to the hospital. I'm like trying to text my boss at work, like, "Hey, I'm being driven to the hospital." I couldn't call her because my voice was like, ugh, not having it. And I had to go on a breathing treatment at the hospital. It was funny. I had this, I don't know, this weird thing that I had to hold up to my mouth and breathe in. and it kind of looked like I was smoking. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a big cigar looking thing, and it helped a lot. They gave me a bunch of medicine. I luckily didn't have to get an IV. A nebulizer! Yay! That's what it's called. Yes! And I ended up having bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that. And pleurisy. Yeah, so I had lung infections. That wasn't that fun, but that's okay because I was fine. I was fine. I felt so much better. The gas meds, yeah. Those are rough, yeah. I think back to, what was her name? Sweet Brown. Ain't nobody got time for that lady?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
But yeah, so, if you use the humidifiers, make sure you clean them out. If you don't use them for a while. I don't know if it was just because it wasn't clean or because it was on too high and the door was shut. It was probably that. It was probably just like me breathing in moisture all night long. Yeah. The drier air in the winter. Yes. That is exactly what happens to me. I get bloody noses all the time with the dry air. So having the humidifier on saves me from waking up in the middle of the night, running to the bathroom to clean my face.